UK B-boy jams.
Bye, Geni.
All right. Welcome to the Capsule, everyone. Oh, yeah. And we're back again with a new show for the streets. All right. Well, hello. I'm back. We're back. We got some friends. Woo! We got our producer who adjusted the mic to be at her mouth level and then immediately changed how she was sitting.
Because
Just to piss me off.
Bye, Geni.
Turn those up a bit.
how do I do that?
The thing on the left. I already told you this. Yeah.
Left?
Yeah. There you
Okay.
go. All right.
We're off to a good.
So who have we got in the house? We got Jenny in the house.
Woo! Hello, people.
Bye, Geni.
We got Tally in the house.
Hey!
Meet Tally.
What's that from? What?
Hit it again.
Sounds.
Meet Tally.
What's that from?
Meet Tally.
Have you like snipped it and then not saying Tally?
What do you mean?
Like, is she saying something else?
No,
What's
she's
that?
legit saying meet Tally.
Meet Tally.
Who?
You.
You'll never know.
Sounds like a
It's from a
reality TV
really
show.
obscure thing that I found.
Oh, fair.
Yeah.
Lovely.
And we've got Abe in the house.
Hey, Abe. Who's that? What? Hey, Abe. Yeah.
These are
Strong
all
work, guys.
super
Very good.
obscure. And I'm Luke.
Very good.
Two.
Yeah.
Yeah,
That's
well
what
done.
you've been up to today.
Well done, mate. You're a very busy guy. Well done.
And yeah, Jenny will be on the buttons, hitting them buttons when she feels it appropriate. Probably
Soz.
slightly too much. No, that's all good.
Yep.
But it's all good in the hood. All right. Well, welcome to the Capsule, everyone.
Thank you.
Okay. Okay. Strong start.
Jen needs to be here all the time.
Agree.
Does Jen have a button?
Bye, Geni.
Yes, she does.
You got to give it a few.
Bye, Geni. Bye, Geni.
There we go.
You're like, and that's enough from you. Thank you.
It's Parks. Yeah. So Jenny's fired, but
Bye, Geni.
okay. That worked perfectly. All right, we do have some shit to talk about, guys.
Tell us.
Tell us, where should we start? Should we start with Sunni?
Yes.
All right. What happened? Who wants to introduce the topic?
Who wants it?
Who wants it? Jen? What happened?
Sunni is the first ever Adidas sponsored B-boy.
Hey, yo, the man never got mad on road for you, Sunny. You don't know.
In the history of planet Earth.
Hit that one more time. Hit that. Boy, blood. I was going to say something I shouldn't have said. Well done, Sunny. Well done, mate.
Yeah. So yeah, Sunni is sponsored by Adidas. I have to admit, I guessed this was coming. I don't know if
Why?
Did you? How
Because-
convenient.
Why?
because having seen Sunni, this can't. No, I don't like this.
Carry on.
Having seen Sunni
It's getting hot.
battle for a long time, I've only ever seen him in Nike, and then all of a sudden he started wearing Adidas,
Oh.
and I was like,
Put two and two together.
yeah, I was like, if there's not an Adidas sponsorship, it's like, what's the dramatic change from like you've always worn Nike?
Why do you pay attention to that stuff?
Because I like clothes.
Fashion.
Fair
Yeah.
enough.
So wait, is Karam sponsored by Nike?
Yeah.
And
Nike.
Sunny.
Nike.
Is it Nike?
Absolutely.
I
say
Nike, yeah.
Nike.
It
Nike.
is.
Anyway.
If
my
you were
first
ever
language
to
is French.
work with them.
Nike.
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 You will have to say it.
Nike. All right.
Nike.
Nike
Anyway.
sounds better than Nike anyway.
Well, how about this? Nike, when you sponsor me, I'll say it properly.
Very good.
We're never working with that
Yeah.
guy ever.
Damn it, cut that out. So yeah, Karam is Nike sponsored, and Sunni is Adidas sponsored. I would imagine pure speculating, no behind the scenes info.
No facts.
No facts, just feelings. I would imagine that the Adidas thing is in response to Karam's sponsorship.
That would make sense.
I would imagine they're paying attention. Like when I went to, I won the competition, the photo thing.
Yes.
Me and Abe technically won a competition together, but they only took me because it was like the photographer won the competition. Anyway, they took me to the Adidas headquarters in Germany, which was really cool for the day. And I had a conversation with the guy from there and the lead designer and all that. And I thought Adidas and Nike were like this, like neck and neck kind of thing, the two top competitors. And he was like, not even close. He was like, we're second. Like there's like the between us and the third is quite a big gap. Like we're the two closest, but he said between us and Nike, he said it's not even close.
Pause, man.
Huh? Yeah, I didn't know that.
Think about all the basketball players, athletes that they sponsor.
Yeah,
Like,
I just thought it was like
Closer.
close. I
would've
knew
thought
Nike
it
were
was
top, but I
closer.
thought it was like that. But
They
he
got
was
Like
like,
when
Jordan.
we were younger, they were closer maybe.
yeah.
could be.
Yeah, they got Jordan, man. Think about Jordan alone, that brand.
Yeah, but they like had Kanye West and all that. I thought it would
Kanye
be,
is very recent though. Like they've had Jordan for years,
True,
and then on
that's
top
true.
of that, they've had every top
and then
athlete.
Kanye left. Same with Drake.
Mm.
He was
Drake.
Nike.
yeah, but was he not Adidas for a minute or
Oh, I don't know.
I don't know.
We've got Nocta stuff in Trap Lord.
Have
Very
you?
happy about it, yeah.
Pissed.
It's not just Drake's.
Yeah.
Yeah.
The new shoes look good.
Hmm?
The shoes that he just released. They
Yeah.
just
Oh, I
came
haven't seen those.
They look delightful. I'll show you a picture. Yeah, so I would imagine that that Karam got sponsored or maybe like it was other people around the world. Obviously I don't know if it's like a UK based thing, but like that they're making their decisions at that level. It may be the world athletes. But I would imagine Adidas are seeing Nike sponsor all these breakers. And they were like, all right, we got to get in on this, especially with the Olympics coming. And I think obviously the two main, you've got people like Sheku and Roxy and Emma Shortbread who are like people who are in the WDSF realm of people potentially competing in these things, or they are competing in these things. But I would imagine Olympic hopefuls wise, Sunni and Karam are at the top.
What's WDSF?
The World Sport Dance Federation, who are, there are organisations here that run the qualifiers and such for the World WDSF. All right, fuck me.
Like the organization body that manages all the competitions.
Okay.
So the same way that you would have like maybe like Gymnastics USA or
Yeah.
the body that oversees everything.
And there are like connection to the Olympics.
Second question.
Yeah.
It's called the World
Dance Sport Federation.
Dance Sport. Okay, because you said it the other way around in that.
Sport WDSF. Sorry.
Yeah.
So yeah, I would imagine that Karam got his sponsorship and maybe others, and then Sunny they snapped him up because Nike didn't snap him up. Obviously, he still got his Red Bull sponsorship, as far as I know.
Let's
Which
go.
I don't
Sponsorship on sponsorship.
Yeah, this is the way forward. I think you can turn that down a little bit. Bit overbearing.
Bye, Jenny.
I love it.
Yeah. So I think it'll be interesting to see where this leads, because obviously if you now have Nike leading the way, then you have Adidas following potentially in my analysis of it. I wonder if this is going to lead to things on a smaller level, because even after that you've got maybe more in the States, but like Under Armour and people like that. But then even here, I wonder if you're going to get, I don't know, like...
Bruv, Drake would... the dance scene is so something that Drake would be like, yeah, I sponsor this guy.
Yeah.
Like he would want to be involved in. He wants to be involved in everything and anything that could be deemed cool, which isn't a bad thing.
And I think that like I think maybe we'll even see more after the first Olympics, because I reckon now it's like, this is going to be cool, this is going to be big, but let's see how it goes.
But it's only the beginning.
Yeah, and if it goes shit, it might not be in the Olympics after this.
Right.
It's not a guarantee. It's like this is a first go.
Yes.
So
Yeah.
if
It will go well though.
Yeah.
I think
100%
it will
it's
go
gonna
well. But also, the maybe of it is, I think the biggest maybe is the athletes' conduct.
Strong.
because I think people are gonna like it because it's
Dance.
dance, it's cool, they're spinning on their head, they're doing cool shit. So like it's like skateboarding. It's like even if you don't really understand the rules, you can kind of watch it and think it looks cool. And it kind of gives people like, you know, if a family's going to go to the Olympics, maybe the dad's going to want to watch this, the mom's going to, maybe the kids are going to be like, oh well, there's breakdancing and skateboarding, I'll go and watch that, right? I think I don't know much about the skateboarding, how it's gone in the Olympics, but they've had fairly big organized competitions like on the size of BC1. They've had multiple of those for quite a while.
Who have?
Skateboarding as a
Skateboarding,
culture.
yeah,
They had
yeah.
like the X Games and all these things, which have had big sponsors and stuff
yeah.
way before us. As a culture, we have what, like BC1 in competition battles wise.
Wasn't it Silverback as well?
Yeah, Silverback in the States. And I wonder if, you know, this being a new thing, I think, you know, especially, you know, I reckon people like Sunni and Karam are like taking this shit super seriously. And like, I know for a fact they are actually, and like training hard. And I think they're going to, you know, do well. But I think if we're talking B-boys around the world, how many are going to go thinking that it's like another jam and go high, or, you know, like there's drug rules, there's like you can't behave in a certain way, you can't do certain things, you know what I mean?
That though,
I'm not saying they're going to, but
no.
it's a maybe.
I think of course it is a valid point to bring up, but I also think a lot of people get very, what's the word, patriarchal?
No,
Patriotic. Thank you.
The patriarchy is what we're trying to take down.
What?
Smash it.
Can I have one of these?
Yeah, of course you can. I bought them for the snacks book.
Women.
Yeah, they get very patriotic. Wrong and strong, patriarchal about the, you know, their countries and all that. Like I'm gonna represent Holland. That's I don't know. That's my Holland accent.
Oh, good.
Wow, that's so cool, man. I want to go there and not, you know, do a good job.
That's true.
Why? Yeah, good.
I like it.
Thank you.
What would it sound like if it was an Italian b-boy?
Yeah.
Nah, Olympics, you know, they're going to spin on my head, you know. It's, you know, sometimes, you know.
I could keep going, but
Yeah, no, that's not do that.
yeah, no, I think you're right. I think there's a patriotic thing, especially the Olympics. Like it's such a staple in our culture of greatness that maybe it's going to like kick a lot of people into gear.
Yeah, like everyone knows what that means.
Yeah.
Yeah. Like level and scale wise.
Yeah. I like I said, I think I can definitely vouch for the b-boys and b-girls from the UK. I think they're all taking this shit super seriously. I'm just thinking on a global scale, it's like if like skip forward to the future and you're like, oh, they've decided not to put breaking in the Olympics like anymore. It's like two things. It's like viewership or someone fucked up.
Yeah.
In my head, it's like not many people came as they thought, or some shit went down and they went, no, we're not dealing with this shit.
What
That's
year
me.
is this again?
2024.
Yeah.
Look at me.
Oh.
It feels like this has been going on for years.
Yeah,
Did we
well,
miss one?
because they had the Youth Olympics in Buenos Aires, Argentina.
See.
And that was like how long ago was that? Like
I don't
3 or
remember.
4 years.
Well, we should have really set you up with a laptop to be Googling all this stuff.
That's true if I'm the producer. But now I'm just here.
Bye, Jenny.
Where's your phone?
I don't know.
You don't have your phone or your laptop?
Oh, it's here.
Okay. You want to Google when that was?
Yeah.
What, the last Olympics?
No, so basically what happened was that the Youth Olympic Games were in Argentina.
Yes.
And they, I think it's Storm and you could, that's going to carry on. Storm and Renegade and I think a few others. I want that.
2018.
2018 developed a judging system alongside the introduction of breaking for the Youth Olympic Games. And that was used as a tester. And then because it got really good responses, it all went super well. It kind of contributed a lot to it being in the actual Olympics.
Right.
I think the judging system is based on the one that they developed. I don't think it's that they've copied the exact same thing, but it's based on that first one. But so that's why I think for you, it feels like it's gone on for ages because we heard all the talk leading up to 2018. Then that went well. We heard all the after talk and then it got announced that it was in there.
Damn, 2018. I feel like it wasn't that long ago.
4 years ago.
Yeah, but
Well, we did have 2 years of nothing, so we fast forwarded a bit.
yeah, but still, it's like 4 years. But then, you know, I think also knowing Renegade, he was talking about building it way before that.
Right.
So
Yeah.
it feels like I've heard about it for such a long time.
Yeah.
But now we're just gonna see the fruit
It's very
of all that
exciting.
labor.
Yeah, definitely.
I'd go to B-Boy Champs before I ever started dancing.
Yeah, and I think this is the thing and I think this speaks well to the Olympics, where it's like a lot of us in the culture, like that's what I used to start going to see battles, and for me it was like to see the poppers, and the b-boys, but like B-Boy Champs was like an event. It was like the event of the year, and you just felt like it was something big, you know. Like even when I was doing choreo, like choreographer's ball or like these type of events that were like it's the event to go to, even if you're not super into the thing, it's just the event to go to. And we have our little niche events, even within our niche we have our little niches, but
Say niche one more time.
niche on niche on niche.
One more time.
I don't like you on this podcast.
Bye, Geni.
You can stay, Jenny.
You lost your.
But yeah, when you have that big event at the end of the year or whenever it is, you know, it kind of is like everyone just goes to, because it's like you only get one a year. It's the big thing. You're going to see some shit, which I think the Olympics will be for breaking.
Yeah.
Might be too soon to segue, but you're talking about choreographer's ball and stuff. Like, do you think it's relative and the upfronts Dancers Delight of the world are that now, or do you think that the scale of those shows was actually bigger then?
That's a good
As I
question.
say it, I do think it's the latter, because GWI was at freaking Wembley.
Yeah.
So
Yeah, when I did GWI, it was Hammersmith Apollo,
Say
which
that
is
again?
still huge. Is it because I fucked up?
Yeah, try
Okay,
again.
cool. Thanks. When I did GWI,
There you go.
it was at Hammersmith Apollo.
okay.
Thanks for saving me. But yeah, I don't know, because it's like, yeah, I guess me at 17, 18, not really knowing anyone and thinking all these people were like, oh my god, like fucking, oh, it's John Graham. Do you know what I mean? It's like me going to an event like that was like, whoa, this is the shit. Whereas I wonder if I went to Choreographer's Ball now, I would like,
Yeah. Well, what is this?
yeah, it would be like, I guess, which I feel about Dancers Delight in a sense that it's like the I don't want to say stars of the night, but like kind of is like Glenn Hudson and people who I don't want to say grew up with, but do you know what I mean? Like that was my entry point to the scene. That was my demographic. So in a way, it's like, as much as I think Glenn is fucking sick, or Chloe Dean or whoever, it's like they're my generation. So I don't see them on the same, like, I'm not looking up at them like I was looking up at
Right. I
Kim
see, I
and
see.
Cisco
Yes.
and Ema and all them.
But maybe the perspective and the scale has changed. If you say that it was in much bigger venues.
Yeah, because even
Yeah.
Choreographer's Ball, the last one that I went to was at Troxy, and that was pretty big.
Yeah, that was ages ago, wasn't it?
Yeah.
It's basically just a choreo showcase, if you like what on earth they're talking
Yeah,
about.
so
Thank you.
Choreographer's
Thank you
Ball was,
very much.
just a big car. It was, yeah, I think you
But
guys are
it still goes on in LA like every month, and it used to be, I don't know about the Troxy one, but it was the same people, like they'd come and host the one
That's
here
what
as
I was
well.
going to ask
Oh,
you. Is
cool.
it a franchise, or if it was just two things?
No, it was, Strawberry Moon is related to it somehow, but I can't remember what his name was. But yeah, it was the same two hosts every time, and if I went to LA and went there, it was them as well. So
Did they
it was a
organise the event?
franchise. Yeah.
Like they came and organised everything here,
I
like
believe
hired
so,
the venue?
yeah. I don't think they
Ah.
just, actually,
Or if they
I
just...
don't know about producing it to that
Right.
level, but I don't think they just came and hosted. Like,
Yeah.
I think they had more to do with it.
Interesting.
Anyway.
How do you feel? Do you feel like the scale is lesser? Or is it just that we don't have one of those big events? You know what I mean? Like we always had the little
I guess
ones.
it's Breakin Convention now, isn't it? No, it's not.
I don't know. It doesn't feel that same...
No, it's not. It's
Instantly
not.
regretted it.
It doesn't
Yeah,
feel
it's
that
not.
same thing. It is
It's
the
not
event
a
of the...
community event as
Yeah.
much. It doesn't encapsulate as many corners of the scene as Choreographer's Ball used to. Because even though it was choreo, you'd still have like James doing up a popping solo, or you'd still have, because it was linked, because we were all at Pineapple, like Styles choreo, it was all happening there. So it all kind of transferred, whereas you don't really get that. Like Breaking Conventions, they did it with War, the last one, I guess. But yeah, it's just a bit more fragmented and a lesser scale. Like I guess, I don't know if we have access to the same venues as we used to. I can't see anything that we've got going on at the moment being a Wembley showcase wise. Wild. that was a thing.
Wembley, yeah, that's big.
How big is Wembley?
Big. Google it.
It was the arena. It was the
literally your
arena.
job.
It wasn't stadium. It was the arena, I think. But also,
I mean, even
Like,
Hammersmith Polo,
my
where we saw Dave
first-
Chappelle. That's where I performed.
I think it
my
was at
first ever
Palais, not Apollo.
No, I swear, I
What,
performed.
Choreographer's Ball?
No,
Oh, right.
GWI.
Yeah,
That was
because when
like my
I went
first dance
to
show.
a night
Oh.
with Boy Blue, which was at Barbican, I was like, I did my first GWI was at Barbican. Like, it's wild that little itty bitty street dance competition was
The Wembley
there.
Wembley
Soz.
Arena is 12,500 people.
Mm.
What?
People.
That
But-
many people came.
I don't know if it was sold out
Yeah, I don't think it was sold out, but it was
enough
busy.
to warrant using it.
Yeah. This is like, no, Juste Debout is like 16,000 people, but
Yeah.
it's,
Not far off.
Do you know what's funny about those venues?
is it 16,000?
Yeah, 16,000,
Old
but it
Bercy
seems
was.
way bigger when you're in there. 16,000 people, like,
It's a lot of people.
it is a lot of people, but when I was there, until they said, this seats 16,000 people, I was like, this is like 200,000 people, man.
Yeah.
And they're like, 16,000. I was like, oh.
But
okay.
also, I have to say, numbers of like seating is like temperature to me. Like, I don't know what it means. Like, you could put me in somewhere and be like, yeah, this is 200,000. And I'll be like, oh, cool. Or you'd be like, this is 10,000. I'm like, oh, cool.
Yeah,
Like,
I hear it. I hear it.
like when someone's like, oh, it's 32 out. I'm like, do I need a coat? Or I don't know.
But like if you went into somewhere like Sadler's and you didn't know. I live with him, so this kind
This
of
is not
comment
news.
doesn't
Are they
surprise
laughing at me for that?
Yeah, because I heard it, I received it, and then I was like, no.
We both at the same time went, what? You talking about, Willis?
30. Someone said it's 32 outside. You'd know damn
But
well it could be
I don't know the difference between Fahrenheit and.
Fahrenheit, that's a
You
different...
could get your toes
that's
out again.
different.
I enjoyed those last week. You were doing up Toe Fest,
Well,
the whole pod.
there's people that'll pay good money for that.
Ew.
Only fans.
Hey, listen, if anyone's out there.
Only feet.
You said only feet.
Only feet.
Stupid. Yeah. What were we going to say?
Like, so you can't guess even if you go into Sadler's and you didn't know how many seats there were, you couldn't guess.
No.
Up to an extent.
What extent?
I could maybe guess.
The extent of I thought it was 200,000 and it was 16,000.
You know what my marker is for that?
Yeah.
We performed at the Sony Centre in Toronto. That was
Yeah, we did.
Yeah, we did, and that was
Famous.
just. I remember looking it up. It was just under 3,000 seats, and I remember looking like the whole first minute of Vice. I just stare into the audience, which is nerve-wracking. But I remember being like, okay, I know how big this is. That's 3,000. Everything else is like, oh, well, it's bigger than 3,000. So that's about all I got.
We had a discussion on Traplord with seating. No, it wasn't with you. It was with Gavin. But I didn't know how many...
Oh,
Yeah,
Gavin.
Gavin.
I went to Toronto. Well, I have no idea how many seats. Seats, thank you. I was just deflating for a second. That
He
held.
wasn't sure what the plural of seat
Do you
was.
want, anyone
Sit
to
down.
know?
Yeah,
300.
300. See,
You know,
that didn't
that's
seem like
exactly
300
what
to
I
me.
No, that was-
evaluated
we were
without
talking
even
about-
seeing the space.
Two
Yeah,
people
we
spending the
said
same
that last week.
That's
we?
impossible.
Yeah, we were talking about whether yeah, because she was like on the pod. She was like, oh,
How many seats are in there? Probably around 300.
yeah. She said literally that.
But I don't remember. I don't recall
remember
that. We probably did have that conversation, but I remember it being asked to me and Gavin saying like, oh, probably about like something like 200, 300. And I was like, what? No, less than that, isn't it?
Oh, you thought
It
less.
seems smaller. Yeah.
Mm.
I'd agree.
Yeah. But see.
Anyway,
You can't really see anything.
so 32, I can get my toes out. Cool. Yeah. So I guess the whole point that we're making, going back, is that there's not maybe a one. But then this is the thing, right? So I don't know if you see this in the same way, but for me, I see the scene as like, if I had to split, let's say like the street dance scene in the UK, I would put it as the battle scene, the hip hop theatre scene, and then the choreo scene, with there being like grey areas around all of them. So like in the hip hop theatre, you've got the people that are more theatre than hip hop, and as you go out, you get more of a grey area until you end up in contemporary. And then on this side, you've got the choreo people, and then the people that are very hip hop choreo moving through to like in the middle, moving through to commercial, and the further you go, you just end up doing.
In hell.
No, God, please, no.
What's do them
Sorry,
all?
go on.
Do them all.
What?
Do them all.
The more what?
You did those two. What's the other two?
Oh yeah, so I think you got. Let's say if you put battle scene in the middle, because for me, battle scene and the styles is where both of these things originate. So, and I think in the center of that is, and this is how I map the scene in my head. The center of that is the social events and the parties where like this kind of styles are created, which isn't really existent here, I don't think. But even like, did you ever used to come to Arc Bar?
Again?
Arc Bar.
Did I used to come to what in Arc Bar?
Arc Bar.
I was there in 2010.
With the,
Did I come to Arc Bar?
Yeah. With
No, I
me,
don't know
Liam,
what
used
Arc
to
Bar is.
always go. It was in Angel on a Friday night, and it was like a funk night, but like everyone used to go.
Oh, I think I went there once.
Or like Madame Jojo's.
Is it like a
or-
pub or something like that? But
Yeah,
with a
kind
dance
of.
floor. Yeah, I've been there once.
You used to come Jojo's though.
I've been JoJo's once.
Right. So I think those things for me are the center, right? And then as you move outwards, you've got the competitions, which are like an evolved version of the parties and the styles that are created, right? So then you've got, this is where kind of the hip hop styles and scene live at their most purest, I guess. Like if you go to like a house club, that's like the most pure version of house dance. Then when you move out this way, you've got theater and the people that do it like Breakin Convention and put it on stage. Then you move further out, and I'd say people like, like I guess I would associate the people on this side of that scene as like some of your people, that kind of like the
Your people.
open movers, but influenced by hip hop, but
Sure.
but not boxed. You know what I mean? But like could have some like Michael Naylor and people like that, who is like you're hip hop influenced, but you're also contemporary trained, and you're on the other side of hip hop theater for me.
Right.
And then if you keep going, you just end up straight contemporary dancers who also interact
Yes.
with them.
Very good.
And then this side, I think you've got choreo. So in between commercial and battle scene, you've got like like GWI or like Choreographers Born, all these kind of like, it's like hip hop influence, but it's not commercial yet. It's just there. Then you move over, you've got like straight commercial stuff, To Excess and all that. Well, not To Excess anymore, I guess, but like they're not
That
doing stuff,
realm.
are they?
I mean, they're Kim, Sean, and
yes.
Cisco
Yeah,
are very
sure.
much still teaching. So I guess
True.
And then after
in a
that,
UMA type way, they're still around.
They're not a crew. Well, they are a crew. Are they duet?
I didn't appreciate that.
No,
Yeah, that was. I didn't like that. No.
She's like in your little, if you think about your little
You
crappy crew.
fuckers.
Yeah, so then I would say then you've got commercial, and then the other side of that, maybe you're going into like
No! God, please, no!
what Tally said. But like, no, but like what's past commercial away from hip hop, more like jazz and that and tap and like
musical
literally.
theatre.
Yeah,
Dunno.
maybe musical theatre is that side. So that's how I would imagine the spectrum of
Have
things.
you thought, was that off the rip, or have you thought about that?
Kind of. Not. I haven't articulated it in that much detail.
That's very good.
Oh,
That
thank
was
you. Do you-
really good,
Do you
yeah.
agree? Is that how you would see it?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yes.
I've not thought about it in as
'Cause I
much
think-
detail, but nothing you said, I was like,
Yeah.
no.
By
Because I
the
think
way-
both things are like based on those original styles, but it's all like, even from battles, like that's not how popping originally was. It was like a party, or like let's say house wasn't originally a battle dance, or, it was like a club dance. So then it's like even the battles are one layer removed from the origins of the style, I guess. And then everything else is just outwards and less and like influenced, and then less and less. So what were you gonna say, Jen? Probably something silly by the look on your face.
No,
Fuck's
that my button interruption meant no disrespect to the musical community, but it was 100% for comedic effect.
Thank you for that disclaimer.
She meant it
No!
100%.
God, please, no!
Stand by it, man. Don't let them change who you are. Do you know
Have
what
you
I mean?
still got buttons in the tuck that you haven't used yet?
Nope.
in the tuck?
You've used them all.
No, you
Yeah.
haven't used them all.
Wow.
Yeah.
There's only 8 buttons.
That's true.
Yeah, and 4 of them are for us.
We can actually do a whole nother set. Like if I'll teach you how to use it, and you can do a whole nother 8.
I'm gonna find some for next week. I will
Alright, very
curate
good.
them myself,
Yes.
and you will be surprised.
I'll
Okay.
make a
I mean-
strong effort to be here.
Lovely. So I think so. All right. So that having set out that kind of spectrum of how I see things, I would imagine Choreographers Ball kind of living in this space in between battles and commercials, like that kind of area where it's like hip hop influence, not quite like doing straight styles on stage, but that, and not quite commercial. But then, so what fills that gap now? I guess is like maybe closest would be like Dancer's Delight.
Up front, specifically, is the commercial version,
So upfront is the
Dancer's
commercial
Delight.
version.
apparently.
Dancer's Delight is that in between bit.
I don't know what Dancer's Delight. If Upfront is specifically the commercial version, I'm not sure what Dancer's Delight is.
Yeah, it's like that's the commercial version, but the commercial version of what?
Yeah, just a general dance showcase then, I guess.
Yeah, maybe it's just no restrictions on it being curated. It's just whatever.
Just delight in your dance.
Yeah, as long as you're delightful.
As long as you're delighted.
And drunk.
And drunk.
Yes.
It's like a sixth form rave up in there.
Mate,
I can't go.
I was wasted last time, I have to say.
Can't beat him, join him.
But I have a question.
Hit it.
Do you think that, maybe back in the day when there was it
Choreographer's
Choreographer's Ball? Wasn't there one called Carnival also?
Same thing.
Right. But that, like, do you think that those things kind of push the more commercial aspect to develop in a different way? Like, because I feel like maybe in my younger days when I would watch like on YouTube the LA version or whatnot, that it was people like Luther Brown or whatever that came from hip hop, and now they're the ones that are working. So I'm just wondering, like, that these people came from, more of a hip hop or a style background. If you think that influences today, the fact that maybe these things aren't around, that it affects the
development of the working dancer, you mean?
Yeah, and of like what choreography looks like now, because I feel like, and maybe I'm wrong, but maybe a lot of the like video clips or whatever that I'm seeing have less and less like styles in them.
Right.
I don't know if you guys agree. I'm just kind of
I think
thinking
just
out loud.
performance opportunities in general. I think we've got lots now, but they are more in the theatre space, and I don't think we have as many showcases.
I have a question on the back of her question for you.
But in LA, it's very much about the working choreographers putting on pieces.
Right.
It's a bigger line. It's a huge lineup, and there's up and coming as well. But it is very much about seeing working choreographers stuff.
Right.
And I'm not too sure that that's what it was when it came over here. And I think that it's really inspiring to watch over there. It was here too, but it was more peer-to-peer than like what my elders or what I'd aspire to be making. And I think because we're making so much stuff for video and not for stage now, in an entertaining way, not so much like narrative-led stuff, we're kind of being forced to learn on the job if we're lucky enough to get the jobs, because no one can see any proof of what we can do. What's your question?
Is that choreographer's ball space being filled by these camps now, where it's like, okay, if you want to put on, if you're like a choreographer that wants to showcase your work, when I first started, if I was going to get to that stage, it was like, oh well, I need to get myself on these stages like choreographer's ball or whatever to showcase my work so that people can see it. Now I feel like, I would want, like, if in my head now, if I'm like, oh, I want to be a famous or I want to be a well-known choreographer, I want people to know my work. If I'm just thinking off the top of my head, I'd be like, I need to teach at Take Flight or something. Am I reading that completely wrong? That these
I think you're right. I don't feel like when we were younger that choreographer teacher was we all kind of fell into that after dancing. We wanted to dance, but I think people now, they are seeing like really successful teachers and choreographers on these camps, and like straight out the gate they want to do that, which is why we've got kids teaching.
Yeah, because that was less heard of before, right?
My face said all of it.
Yeah.
But talk about that though, because for us in the battle scene, it pisses people off, kids teaching or people that have just won a couple battles and they start teaching, because it's like, I think the way, well,
the exasperation of it.
No, but how to explain it? But like the amount of time it takes to like learn and understand and develop your take on a style is quite a while. That rhymed. And just in case you didn't know. But I think, say with choreography, it's like, okay, if I never danced before and I just put together a combo and everyone loves it, like who's to say that that's wrong or right? Because it's my,
yeah, I mean,
you know what I mean?
As I made my face, which I ment,
if I said it,
I'd
then
do
I
it
meant
again if I could remember what muscles were where. It's not the kids it's it as a
issue.
a thing and what that means for just education for the community, as opposed to like, damn that child doing that thing. But
is it more the ability to teach?
yeah, like when I started teaching, it was definitely about come learn these cool shapes that I've made with my body. There was nothing to add on past transferring the shapes from my body to yours, and that's at best. Like I would not want to go back and see what kind of teacher I was then. But I think it's the pressure to be seen to be doing more than you were capable of at the moment, and the intensives popping up, and like the wording around it all. It's like, talking a big game there, kid.
Yeah, it's like, come to my masterclass.
Oh, right. Oh, yeah, come learn this tour choreography. It's like, well, yeah, but what do you know about
which tour? Specifically.
Executing tour choreography?
Yeah. But you know what's funny is like, I think, you know, this is without, I don't know, maybe it's too much to go into now, but like,
Never.
this is funny because I've kind of, I think since the beginning, like straddled the two scenes of like choreography and battles, and then in my later years I kind of moved more. I don't really feel connected loads to the choreography scene.
Neither do I, to be fair.
Like scene wise, I mean, artistically I still feel more like, you know, in between, but just scene wise I'm like, I don't know people as much, whatever. But I think when the whole conversation from way back when about teachers labeling their class hip hop and stuff and then just teaching choreography,
Lord of mercy.
that whole can of worms, which we gently reopen. Kashmir. No, I'm joking. No, but like, I think,
don't get him started.
That famous poster.
yeah. But no, I mean, I've spoken to Cash loads about this. So, you know, and I think obviously he was like the poster boy for that movement. But there were a lot of other people who felt like that and who were not. I was one of them. I just didn't want to like necessarily scream about it in the same way. But I do think it can be a piss take, you know, when it's like,
I called my class contemporary hip hop, so I am one of the
the
sinners.
That came from the what are they called again? Elite Force, though.
Yeah,
came from the cult following.
Yeah, and I think there's two
Which I was
different.
part of for a period of time, and I was like, this feels like a cult. And then got out.
We figured out who it is this week. So I think,
hey, Elite Force.
I think there's two different. There's like the hip hop, it being about hip hop freestyle, or it's like, okay, you're saying this is the style of hip hop, and it's like, it's there's not really, there's hip hop influence in the cultural way, but there's not like hip hop.
You're not going to be learning the foundation.
Yeah, or any, it's movement kind of thing. Which, okay, let's say from this side I get, right? And I get, you know, I don't think it's, you know, needed to be as huge of a deal as it was, but I get that it was something that's like, hey, we want to have these conversations, whatever. But then it's like, I think people in the choreography scene have always had the same issues with certain things, but I mean, maybe that was more the delivery from our side, but like, you know, where it's like, okay, you're labeling your thing a masterclass, and it's like or you're labeling it tour workshop, or you're labeling it like, you know what I mean? It's like, there's always been issues around the labeling of people's classes and other dancers not being happy with how it's being marketed.
Yeah, I mean, I think what we were talking about before we started with me wanting to get someone to do my social media and actually strategize and just do it. So I don't have that skill. Like, I'm happy with what I'm doing at the minute, but it's not with the aim to like get me anywhere. It's just a day by day thing. And I think that's the same with all of us, not all of us, but what you're saying about marketing.
Yeah.
We're not marketing experts. So we're just like slamming these titles on things that our peers have done, like, well, if they're teaching a masterclass, then what mine's going to be is a masterclass as well. And it's like, well, and
it's just, that's what it's called when you teach. Like, you don't know any different.
It can just be a workshop, but I'll say it's a masterclass. And yeah, I'm dancing to a live track today, so I'll call it tour choreography. It's like, why?
That's a good point.
Why? Always ask yourself why.
Because unique selling point.
Yeah,
but is it? Because you're calling it something so that it lands somewhere with what someone else has done and is easier to sell. So I don't think it's to be
No.
unique at all.
No, but it's not necessarily like
A good
actually unique. No, but it's like wanting to differentiate or to make it sound unique. Like, oh, this is a tour thing because you're dancing to a live track, when it really maybe isn't. But it's like you're just, I guess, I imagine that the people doing that are just trying to find like,
Yeah,
you know,
niche.
a unique take without necessarily, but it's a short term. You know,
like a buzzword kind of thing.
yeah, an easy solution when it's not necessarily like, oh yeah, because you're actually gonna get all the tools that you need in order to be able to dance.
Yeah, to be clear, I haven't agonized over seeing tour choreography and thought like, damn them, and I've just been waiting for my moment. It's just an example, yeah.
Yeah. And I think, you know, when it works, it works. I think this is the whole thing with the workshops I'm trying to do at the moment, of like structure and presentation. And it's
Very
like,
well marketed and explained, sir.
oh, thank you. But like, you know, just to like on that, because I've found something that I think I'm good at and know how to teach really well, it's like there is something in like, hey, this is a workshop you're not going to get anywhere else. I feel like the same with your intensive, where it's like, this is an intensive you're not going to get anywhere else, but it's based on what you can do well, as opposed to like, yeah. And I think that's what people are trying to do. They're like, oh, I like, you know, dancing to a live track and calling it tour or whatever. But like, yeah, I think when it does land, it is a valuable way.
I think there's something in, and please get us off this if you like.
Jen, you're in charge of segues from now on.
Is it?
Yeah. So
She's really upping the ante with your responsibilities.
I'll,
This is, look at me, I am the captain now.
it'll be reflected in your paycheck.
Perfect.
If we've been talking about something for too long, you need a button that moves us on.
Yeah.
Anyway,
Next week.
Just with people teaching, just the argument for like curating a faculty as opposed to just Huskies-esque, bass-esque. We've got these 6 studios, whoever wants to teach in one can. Because if I look up tour choreography, for example, staying with the analogy, at a studio, and Cisco's teaching a class with that title, but so is a graduate from college, and so is Ashley Wallen. Like, I'm not going to get the same thing from those 3 people. So like it is a little bit problematic.
I have always wondered why studios just go, oh, it's nothing to do with me. It's like they have everything to do with it. I think the studios should be, studios should be verifying their teachers, and then also they should be the ones labeling.
It's shaky ground, really, isn't it?
They
It's
don't care like that, do they? They just want money.
Well,
Some
exactly.
do.
That's the.
But it's like you are allowed to just take over a space and lease the space, and that's what they are doing.
Yeah.
But I mean, this is the thing. It's like,
But if they're shrouding it in like community care, then
yeah,
maybe
yeah,
not so much, but
exactly. You're not doing much for the community. That's what I say with Pineapple.
I
It's
said
like
shrouding.
shrouding. I like it. I think
Don't even know
say
what
with
that means.
with covering. With Pineapple, it's like I would never just go to Pineapple and just take any class, because I cannot trust
Yes.
who teaches there,
Yeah.
because it's just, and it's the same with anywhere that, like, you know, not to just shit on Pineapple, but it's like anywhere that if you lease out these studios and that means anyone can hire and teach, I'm not just walking into your studio and trusting your studio.
Hub seems pretty legit.
But do they
in
curate
terms-
their teachers?
Yeah, it's not like we've got this slot, who wants it.
Yeah, which is, I think, makes for, like, in that case, you're more likely to have a student that's going to walk in and just say, I'm just going to go take class at the Hub, whatever
Yeah,
it is. You
I
know?
do think it seems possible to do that.
I don't know how that doesn't lead to a better brand overall. And maybe it's like, yo, they just take it because they need someone to fill the space, and it's less
Yeah,
time.
I mean, I've yet to come across a studio Onia.
Onia
Try
studio
that
Onia.
again. Try that one more time.
Shrouded in wordsmithery.
I've always dreamt of being a studio owner.
Onia. Onia.
Blackfield.
That is like raking it in, basically. So yeah, they do need to fill their slots, and I do hear that as well.
Yeah.
But Dylan will open his soon, and
Let's go, Dylan.
I'll be
With all
managing
that
it.
crypto.
That NFT man.
Yeah.
Sick.
Yeah, all of this is for him to have a studio. That's his big picture stuff, and for me to
It's going to be
As we're
manage
speaking,
it. So
NFT studio.
NF Studio.
Dylan.
Dylan.
I know your name's Dylan. I will stop calling you NFT man. It does kind of sound cool though. It sounds like a superhero.
Yeah.
It's NFT man.
Everything we're saying right now is going to be an NFT.
Well, not with my permission. It's
You don't
No.
need. Do you need permission
It
to
is.
make an NFT out of someone?
Okay.
Next topic. I'm in charge.
What's the next topic?
Sure.
What else do we have?
I don't know. You didn't give me a list.
Oh my goodness me.
Or did you not curate a list because you're a bad producer?
What else? What did we speak about?
We had Sunny. We had the showcases stuff. We had what
Upfront
else?
happened. Yay, that's the end of that one.
Upfront. Yeah. Do we know anything about upfront?
No, but
Cool.
it kind of tags on to the end of what we were just
And
talking
upfront
about, I
happened,
guess.
and that's the end.
Thank you for coming.
The origin
and
of
thank
dance,
you for coming. The origin of dance.
of hip hop dance.
Oh,
or whatever.
Glade.
Glade. Yeah, I don't know anything about that. Tell me.
Okay, so Glade Sinclair, DJ extraordinaire bar. She's on ya. She has a No Signal show. So No Signal is a radio station that did big bits during lockdowns. Lockdowns. I'm sure it's black owned as well, which we love. She's got a show every Tuesday night called Late with Glade, and that has now transferred to a club called Tolla in Peckham. And every Wednesday this month, she will be there with some DJ friends from 9 till 3, and it's free. And this Wednesday is Mikey J.
Is there not one on there? There's a clap.
Latisse.
What else we got?
Mr. S. Back to back with Glade Marie.
Back to back.
Junior, Official, and Marvelous Marv. So that is an outrageous lineup.
A night of pleasure.
Honestly.
Bad
And she's
DJs.
billed it as...
Bad DJs.
Where did she say it? Oh, we champion sounds from deeper in the music collection, soulful tracks that you don't usually hear in a club environment, and everything in between.
Easy.
And the dress code is a smile.
And that's it. That's all you're allowed
That's
to wear.
all I'll be wearing.
In Peckham. Good luck.
See you never.
So yeah, that's happening.
Cool.
That's
Proud
Sick.
of you, Glady Pops. Love you very much.
Congrats to Glade. She was at we spoke about her last week on the Red Bull.
Oh, because she was on it.
She was handling business.
She was on it.
Yeah, she's good.
Mm-hmm.
What else do we
I
have?
sent you stuff.
Yeah, you did. I don't remember. We
Next time, send me stuff.
Break Mission.
I got you, boo.
Bye Jenny. Break Mission is coming up.
Is it?
Yeah.
Isn't it in the summer? No. Am I lost?
Yeah, it could be.
Okay. It's coming up soon. In
No, Break
August.
Mission is in June. 17, 18, 19th of June.
What about that
So a couple of months.
Daniel and Kaylee's thing? You posted a clip from it.
Yes, I did.
Oh. The
yeah,
takeover.
that was the group. I think it was the other side of the hip hop theatre
Yes.
realm. Funnily enough, Michael Naylor was there.
I
used
saw,
him as an
yeah.
example. I wasn't at the whole thing. I went to a couple of events. Yeah, it was cool. There's not loads to say about that because I wasn't really too like with the AIM one. I was really like there for a lot of it, and also like behind the scenes a little bit and stuff. This one I didn't really know too much about. Just I was working on some of the events. Seemed like a good week. I think the Our House takeover thing is a cool idea for ELD. Do you know about that a bit?
Do it again, ELD.
No. So you came to the AIM, any of them?
I went to your one.
Oh yes, the Capsule night.
Yeah.
But basically they opened this new building, so they gave away like 3 week-long
Residencies
to like 3 different companies. Like you can do whatever you want for a whole week, and you get funding to do it as well. So yeah, AIM got one. These pair called Daniel and Kaylee got one, and then the last one is going to be Rain Crew. So I'm sure there'll be other battles and stuff.
Who are Daniel and Katie?
Do you know more about them?
know.
I mean, I know them, but in terms of their work and stuff,
I know them as contemporary dancers. Daniel was in Message in a Bottle.
Zoo Nation show.
Okay, thank you.
Yeah, that's the end of my knowledge, unfortunately.
Yeah, I don't really know too much of like what work they do. I know like they put on work, as in like they're choreographers. I haven't seen any.
I know they made a short film last year. I think it was that did
they
really well.
screened it
Yeah.
at the thing. Yeah, so they did that. I think there's going to be a 4th takeover of the thing, which is going to be now I'm saying this out loud. I don't know if they've announced it, but here we go.
dear.
Oh dear, and I got fired. No, but there's a there's a program called Field, which is like a producer's development program. And then as part of that program, if you're on it, you kind of all collaboratively put on another Our House week.
Oh, cool.
So that's not going to be as like tailored to
Abe seems confused.
hit me.
Yeah. Carry on. No, wait. Say that thing again.
So there's a program that East London Dance are putting on called Field.
Yeah.
And it's to develop producers.
And if you do well,
No,
you
not
get
if
a
you do
whole
well.
week. Oh.
But like if you're on the program, if you join and do the program,
Yeah.
the end of it is like you learn to produce an event by putting a week of events on.
How many people are they having on the field?
I don't know. I don't know.
there's
how many.
quite a few.
Yeah, I think it's a
So that's a lot of weeks of.
No,
No,
it's like
1
as
week.
a group.
The whole group do 1 week.
Oh yeah, that'd
It's
be
like a
smart.
group
That's way smart,
activity.
yeah.
So it's like your chance to put your knowledge to the test.
Yeah.
But yeah.
To the test of time.
How long have we been talking for, Jen?
How long were you?
Come on, guess.
Yeah, I guess.
49 minutes.
Who else? Hot take.
44.
Way longer than 49
Oh, I would have
minutes.
gone longer.
Yeah,
I was going to
yeah.
go more for like an hour and 20.
Oh.
No, really?
Abe, you win.
40?
We were at 50, 18 when he said it.
Oh, press my name! Is that you guys?
I think so.
No, it's not.
That sounds like
That sounds
Jenny.
like me.
It's not.
I'm famous. That's why.
How can you not recognize your own voice?
Shut up. Nobody asked me. I love you. Oh, getting too real. Delete.
Thank you.
Say shut up again.
Break Mission is coming up. They've started announcing judges and stuff, but we won't talk about that until they've done the whole lineup. I
What's
think.
Break Mission again?
Break Mission is in
Tell him.
Birmingham.
Yeah.
And
Caught a second wind there, haven't you, Abe?
yeah.
He's back.
I'm back.
He won something.
Abe's back.
He
Chaka
was.
chow, wow, wow. Abe's back. I'm just finding the details for you. There you go. It's in Birmingham, 1718.
He doesn't want to read it. He wants you to tell him.
I am telling him.
Okay, tell him then.
If you stop interrupting me, I'll tell him.
Look.
17th, 18th and 19th of June 2022. Breaking All Styles and Whacking Battles in Birmingham as part of the B-Side Hip Hop Festival. So Break Mission is going to be one of a few events. And yeah, it's usually a good time. Worth checking out. We'll talk about it more once the lineup's complete. MSB is also announced.
What's
in
MSB?
Gloucester.
Gloucester.
What's it stand for?
Gloucestershire.
Multi-styles battle.
Oh, lovely.
Mass.
Now, if you want the
Style.
history behind
Bang.
that, basically
Sorry, go.
the reason it's called that is because they do multi-styles. Thanks. Yeah, so that has been announced, and again, like they haven't announced all the judges and such, but I think there's going to be some international people. There's also the What Have You Done For Me Lately?
Oh, cool.
Breaking
What's about
Convention
to
is coming
happen?
up.
Oh, Abe's about to perform. Breaking Convention is coming up at the end of next month.
Gonna serenade us.
Oh, we have a lineup for Breaking Convention. Shall we have a look?
Hit us
Yeah.
with it.
Hit me with your lineup.
Go on and hit me with your line up.
Keep it going. Keep it going.
Hit me with your line up. Come on.
Hit me
I
with
feel like
your-
the beatboxing wasn't that unnecessary.
I'm gonna cough.
Stop coughing.
You cough literally every 3 seconds.
That's disgusting.
We
Yeah.
need a lycometer.
What's a
A
lycometer?
lycometer.
A leucometer.
Lycometer.
What's a lycometer?
When he says like clothes.
Oh,
You should do
You've
it
been
like
way better then.
you should do it. What's that thing? The movie Sins. And
Bye
then
bye,
it's
Jenny.
ding, ding.
You should learn to talk, Luke, cause you don't do it well. That's what she said to you, basically.
Ouch.
And it's true.
And it's true. Is this 30th of April to 1st of May? No.
What are you looking for?
I should be the one looking this up.
Yeah, you really
Yeah.
should, to be honest.
Damn it.
Damn
I always forget
I've
how
got a
important I
question
am.
while this
Yeah, I've got it.
chasm of
Hit us. What is this
Energies.
question?
the all styles open styles thing for battles, is that like agreed across the board by everyone? For someone that's, you know, if I see all styles, be like, okay, so not me. They're gonna want to see the styles.
Funnily enough, when I put the thing up for audience questions, this was one of the questions. So it's almost telepathic that you brought this
I
up.
saw 222 today twice, so
Well,
this
there
was
you go.
gonna happen.
Someone said, in an all styles battle, do you do your style to the music or do you do the style of the music?
It's not the same question, but
It's on the same. All right. Well, bye, Luke. Why did you go handheld?
Because I want to be handheld. Why do you ask me questions about
you
what I
want
want
to
do?
be handheld.
Yeah.
I want to be handheld too.
I want to be handheld by somebody.
Okay. That's
Hey,
enough
where's your lineup? How about that?
I think all styles is a fucking free for all, and it's the Wild West, and nobody knows really what they're doing. Similarly to experimental,
All styles.
Hot
yeah,
take.
all styles, open styles, experimental. I think I just don't have any rules.
Yeah.
I just think there's like a cultural, to use that word loosely, like understanding of what we expect from that thing, but there's no rules anywhere. Like popping, it's pretty well documented, like these kind of things. There's lots of discussion and there's lots of understanding of what it constitutes. Like experimental, I've heard wildly different takes on what it is, but let's put that to the side. All styles, I haven't heard a single consistent take of how you judge all styles. Like I don't think there's any difference between all styles and open styles. I think it's just all styles is anyone can enter and do whatever you want. It's just who's the best dancer.
It's an all-you-can-dance buffet.
Very good.
And-
How long were you waiting?
It really just came up.
Nice.
And how you judge that, I don't know. But my opinion on judging that is it's like the connection to the song. So it's not necessarily about, because the thing is, if you do, if I think you're trying to do pop-in,
Yeah.
and you do like bad pop-in, I can't mark you down for that because it's not a pop-in battle.
Oh, cool.
Do you know what I mean?
I wasn't expecting that.
Because I remember like we spoke about it with him as well, but I remember one time like I think it was you and Lee battled Jules and someone else in an all-stars battle, and then I remember Jules was like saying to Lee, like, they were battle talking or whatever,
Yeah,
and
yeah.
Jules was saying to Lee like, hit or something like do more, like you're not hitting enough, and Lee was like, it's an all-stars battle. I don't have to. But it's like there's it's the
Probably
styles
said it
are
way ruder than that. Carry on.
yeah, the styles are already loose in the sense of like, okay, well, even within pop-in or break-in, there's still gray areas.
Yeah.
So then how do you judge, somebody kind of does stuff that you think looks like pop-in, but it's to a bashment track and it's in an all-stars battle. You can't say, oh, well, their hit isn't strong enough, because it's strong enough for what? It's like, it's just movement at this point. So it's like you kind of have to judge it all outside of styles.
Isn't
and
it
for
just
me,
like the Red Bull thing?
yeah. So how would you judge an all-stars battle then?
Whose round I like more?
Based on?
What they did.
Your spirit.
But
How
if you've got a really good breaker,
Yeah.
no, a really good house dancer,
Yeah.
but it just doesn't, like, it's like on a UK grime track and just doesn't understand the music.
Yeah,
and
that
it just-
happened at the Red Bull thing.
Okay, and then you've got them against a
Crumper.
bad popper, but they sit on the music really well. Like it just happens to be like a funk track or something, and they're not a great popper, but it fits the music way better
Like
than
they-
the house dancer.
They do better on the music.
Well, it depends, because if it's just like they fit better on the music, but it doesn't look as good as the house dancer, then I'm going to go with the house dancer. It's just whatever looks as good, but you're saying that sitting on the music is it looking better than
That's
what the
interesting.
house
Yeah, that's
dancers
true.
do?
That's true.
Well, I guess the thing would be to be consistent across the board.
What do you
right?
mean with what?
Like as a judge, let's
Yeah.
say if you're judging, like your first criteria
Yeah.
is how well you're interpreting the music,
Yeah.
Mhm.
then you would judge everybody according to that
Yeah.
first and foremost.
Yeah.
So that as long as you're consistent with the way that you're judging it, because there's no like, unless you're given like the judging criteria by the organization before, then I would do it as like, okay, the first thing that I judge in an all-star battle is like the quality of movement or the execution
Yeah.
of the movement that the person is doing regardless of the style.
Yeah.
So that you should have an understanding of a lot of different styles to understand the quality. But a judge next to me might be like, no, what I prioritize is how well the person is like killing the track or on
Yeah.
really using the music.
I would.
So then maybe that's why also people vote in different ways, like in.
But isn't that like? I mean, yeah, it's
because
not
then
as loose.
it wouldn't make sense. Not it wouldn't make sense, but it's like if one round I judge, oh yeah, you won because the dance was a lot better, and then the next round I judge and the person won because, like,
they were more on the music.
They were more on the music, but the other person had a much better dance. Then that's when
you have to keep your criteria consistent. But I would say, I would maybe argue that it's impossible to judge an All Stars battle fairly.
But I would say they are the same pitfalls that you see in a popping battle or a breaking battle, depending on the
True, but it's closer. They're more closely related.
It's not as loose,
because it's like if you think about the things that are valued in one style are not necessarily valued in another one. So like, let's say maybe something like maybe Vogue or something like that compared to popping.
Yeah,
right. It's like the structure of Vogue is completely different. And they're not going to do the same amount of stuff in their round. There's a lot of like, I'm not an expert in Vogue to really say, but like there's less content, let's say. There's more like presentation. No, but like in a Vogue thing, poppers are going to do more in terms of amount of content.
Depends.
Voguers will tend to do less, but it's more well presented and stuff like that, right? So how do you judge like popping versus Vogue when in their respective styles, they value different things?
Are you asking me?
I am asking you.
In an All-Stars battle?
Yeah. Just how do you, like, things are valued differently?
Yeah, but it's an All-Stars battle, bro. It's not that deep. You dance better, innit? I'll vote for you.
But what if it was that deep?
It's not, though. We're a bunch of grown adults dancing on a stage in a venue.
All right.
For 50 quid. What the fuck's going on?
Strong.
Should we go to the lineup of Breakin Convention?
All right, Ed doesn't care about All-Stars battles. To answer your question initially, I think it's open for do whatever. I don't think anyone thinks that you have to do a certain style.
Yeah.
Really?
Pretty much.
You know what?
I might be wrong, but I've seen people just.
I've seen people come out All Stars battles and been like crumping, and then the next person, all right, next dancer, and they're like,
yeah, it's just
no.
Not me.
run me out, you win.
But you know what? I feel like it depends on who is putting the event.
Yeah,
like the label itself means
nothing.
Like is quite vague and quite.
Who's putting on it, and also who's judging?
Yeah, who's putting it on? But I feel like who's putting it on is going to influence who's judging. And if you have, for example, like a breaking organization or a popping organization that's putting on an all-style battle, then
it's styles.
They're probably you see that the judges are really like specialists in styles, or they do multiple styles each. You know that they're probably looking for specific styles. But then if you have someone who's more on the speaking of your continuum or
spectrum, I prefer actually.
Spectrum. If you have someone who's more on the experimental side, you know, like let's say Marceau's event, if it's called All Style,
that's also coming up.
Then
is it?
Yep.
I think that's like a more like come with your expression kind of thing. BYOE.
But yeah, I get that, because whose battle did you post today? It's like a All Stars thing. It's like 3 different and turbos in a video in the bottom of the.
Oh, that's the at Maryland East Dance Jam.
That thing. Because I saw All Stars and it made me think, because Dylan asked me to battle with him at Ames thing. I was like, that's All Stars.
But
we'll be crucified.
Oh no, that was All Stars,
and then Sean said to me at your screening, like, no, it's like whatever. And it's like, yeah, I didn't get that.
I think it's whatever. I think it's also like, it depends, because I think if you're, let's say a dancer like let's say someone like Dylan or whatever.
Dylan can bang styles, so
yeah. No, and Dylan is and he did good at the event.
I can't.
But I think, say with either of you guys, right? It's like if you're there at an All Stars event in a, let's say like Ames popping jam, and a popping track comes on, it's super hard to not think I need to try and pop to this. Whereas actually, like, I don't know, for me as a judge, if you did just your thing and broke down the music in your way, you would actually do better than if you tried to pop.
I wouldn't try to pop, I promise.
Yeah. Fair.
But also I feel like if there's a certain level to your dance and a certain level of experience, and you know, it's like where
bit of conviction.
Yeah, and you know how to handle different styles of music, and you're used to responding to like whether it's house or funk or whatever, then I wouldn't worry too much about it. Like,
Yeah.
I don't think that people really judge like they didn't do one of the specific 5 styles.
Right.
Yeah. I don't.
Strong.
Does it also DJs have something to do with it?
Yeah. What was that question?
Yeah, because I think also that's a good point that some all style battles they play some next experimental weird music, and then some of them actually play just a mix of different music from not necessarily like different genres.
Yeah,
of
but they'll
music.
play like
I
pop
just
intro.
don't know what they think we dance to. Like we being like the nondescript like weirdos of the scene.
Spectrum. Yeah.
I don't dance to film scores.
Put on the Hans Zimmer track.
Honestly, it's like oh man,
Yeah.
man.
That's true.
It's like, what do they search? Glitch fests.
I feel like those type of DJs just play what they fucking like, what they listen to, and they're like, "This is the time I'm going to play my playlist, and everyone's going to love this."
No,
stuff.
I think that
I don't like you handled. Gives you too much power.
Yes.
I think it's more like, oh, that would create a very dramatic
Yes.
moment.
Yes.
That's gonna be so intense.
And then someone's got their shoes on their hands, and we realise that they didn't work.
yeah.
That's experimental for me.
I hate it. That's
Experimental.
why I'm so like just trying to decipher this all style, open style thing. Because I mean, firstly, there aren't many experimental battles now anyway, which isn't the worst thing. People
Thank
aren't
God
just
for
like
that.
plop. No, but I'm not
Am I
mad
right?
at it. Don't just plop it on as an extra category, which everyone then enters.
Yeah.
Yeah. There are people that come just for the experimental battle.
Me.
Yeah.
That is like,
And then everyone else
And
just.
then everyone else just enters
yeah, and
and
you're
like,
like, for fuck's sake. No,
puts
but
a balaclava on, or I don't know.
what's hilarious about that is a rainbow colour. What's hilarious about that is like, just a different mindset. It's like a mindset that I've never thought about. Like, Just the Boo did it.
Yeah.
Mm.
And I was like, what?
What do you mean?
Well,
Like-
why did they do it?
Yeah.
What do you mean?
Just because it's like, I swear that wasn't always in Just the Boo.
Did
And then
Just the
just
Boo-
one day they were just like, let's do experimental.
Did Just
This-
invent
yeah.
experimental?
Did they?
I couldn't tell you. I don't know.
I did. I don't.
call Bruce.
I don't have his number.
Call him right now.
God
damn you.
I don't know
Instagram
that
video
I
call.
saw. Yeah.
What you want?
You're on a podcast.
Yeah, baby powder.
I don't know you.
Yeah, I don't know that I saw it before that. I could be really wrong. I'm sure that like open styles kind of weirdness stuff happened before, but that label experimental, I wonder if it came from Just to Boo. It could be wrong.
But like normally what happens with those experimental tournaments, subjects, categories, whatever. Battles, thank you. Sorry. Is like a bunch of people enter and then there's like 2 people who actually do experimental.
experimental.
And then it's like, oh,
Yeah.
we just wasted an hour watching all of you guys. These guys.
Yeah,
should
it's just people doing pop into a weird like
Yeah.
track.
Yes.
Yeah.
Plays the Hans Zimmer track.
But I think for me, people like your camp entering All Stars battle, I think is very valid. I think it's more that the structure of how people like to see battles is different in terms of the dance. And funnily enough, I'm teaching a workshop this Thursday. But like the things that you do to like keep an audience and stuff, it's different when we do like experimental battles versus All Stars battles, because I think All Stars battles tend to follow this same format.
It's still a battle.
Yeah,
It's
and
so
you're
much
still
different.
trying to keep this same vibe
I hear
and
it.
create highlight moments and bring the energy up. Whereas in experimental, it's way more open to like you could just stand still and look at your hand for 2 minutes, and it's like, oh, that was good. got
You
through.
don't know me.
Not you, but like there are
Showcase
people
type
that do
thing.
that.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's more of like how well did you express yourself,
I
as opposed to
see.
how
Yes,
did you
I hear that.
respond, or
Yeah.
it
okay.
it loses that structure when we go experimental versus all stars for me.
Yes.
That makes sense.
But what about the lineup of Breaking
Oh yeah, go on,
Yes.
go on, Jen, hit us. With it.
Go.
Ready?
Do you want to speak in the mic? Or?
Yes, I do.
I don't know.
Amanda Pefko.
Oh.
Pefko.
Okay,
Pefku.
Pefku, I would say.
UK.
Nice.
Antoinette.
I would imagine she's doing a version of the solo that she did at Open Heart Surgery,
I believe so.
which was really good.
Yeah.
Worth seeing.
I'm
She's a
saying
great
but I
performer.
didn't see it, but yeah. Antoinette Gomis, France.
Is it Gomis?
Gomis.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. Why?
I don't know. You're
Otherwise-
French.
Yeah, I am.
I thought it'd be like Gomi.
Bro, listen.
Don't say bro, listen. My French is your fault.
B-boy Chris, Czech Republic.
Oh, he's sick. Really
Wait,
flexible
what?
guy.
Mr. Chris.
Yeah, Mr. Chris.
Really?
I don't know. It's
Yeah, I saw it on there as well. Yeah,
I'm going.
he's good.
He's fucking outrageously good. Sorry, continue.
Between
Very
tiny
good.
cities.
Between
Tiny cities,
Oh,
Cambodia
God,
and
that's what that
Australia.
said. Cambodia and Australia. The two people.
neither of them are cities, but all right.
No, it says the country it's from. That's the name of the group. Bird Gang Dance Company.
Sick.
That wasn't even a bird sound I made.
No, that wasn't.
Okay. Compagnie Nia, France.
Aren't they performing on the Friday as well?
I believe so.
Cool.
D1 Dance Company from Peru.
Oh, nice. I don't know them, but that's cool.
Far from the Norm
Lovely.
Ooh.
from the UK.
Black Dog Extract.
Don't know. It
I know
doesn't
company
say.
Nia or Nia or whatever are doing, they have their own night on the Friday. And then the rest of them will be, I
The
guess,
mixed bill.
10, 20 minute
Yeah.
thing. So, I would imagine an extract of Black Dog or,
Or maybe a new
something new.
piece. Didn't they have auditions recently?
Oh,
When
they
they were
did.
recruiting more
didn't
people.
they?
For Breaking Convention? Probably not.
No, but if they're working on something new or a draft piece or something,
Yeah.
it could
Okay,
be
but
that they're
like a
putting new
tester.
people
Yes.
on stage.
Okay, fair.
Very soon.
I would respect that.
Yeah.
I mean, I would respect them anyways. Home Bros.
Oh, cool.
Oh,
Very-
lovely.
I would imagine is it the whole home fam lot? Because anyway, he's sick. I would imagine it's like home fam with all of them if it's Breaking Convention.
It says Home Bros.
Yeah, but they have home bros and home fam, but I think they
Home
operate.
people.
Yeah, I think they do put on showcases as home bros, and it's more of them. But I know they've got a bunch of good people
Bear.
in the reserves.
Jessica Care Moore, Axel Ebony Munezero, and Soweto Kinch, which I believe is Jonesy's film.
Oh, cool. You went into like French there, and I didn't really get what you said.
Axel Munezero, because she's from Montreal. So
Okay.
it would be weird for me to say Munezero when I'm used to saying her name.
Say it properly.
in
Go
French.
on.
Munezero.
Munizir. What?
Munezero.
That's her name.
Yeah. Her
Okay.
last name.
Ah.
Her first name is Axel.
Cool.
Axel. Okay.
Axel.
Axel Munizero.
Lurchy. Be a coopy and croissant.
Black Poo.
Black Poo.
Kate Luzon from Ukraine.
Cool.
Oxygen from Netherlands. Not the gas, the person. And
No.
It's just an empty stage.
Yeah, I'm not warranting that one with a response. I'm sorry.
Bye-bye, Jenny.
Bye, Jenny. Yeah.
Abe, I'm happy I got you on board. I'm not
He thought it was
alone.
rubbish as well.
Take
That's why he's
one-
laughing.
Yes.
Oh, take one from Nottingham.
Take one Dance UK.
Nice. Black Poo. No, they're from Nottingham.
From Nottingham.
Uh,
Okay. And then there will be graffiti, there will be DJs, there will be workshops, there will be ciphers, battles, MCs, soul food, after party, pork jam.
I've got a question. Do they still do like the stuff in Lillian Bayliss as well, to your knowledge?
Yes.
Oh, they do.
well, one would want to
Well, that-
include that in the
yeah.
lineup if they were to list the lineup.
Between Tiny Cities is in the Lillian Bayliss.
Right.
So
Fair.
Nick Power presents. Who's Nick Power?
Can you do a little really cool reverb thing with my
Can I?
voice? No, no.
I don't know.
You in post.
Probably
In
not.
post.
Yeah, in post.
not
Ask-
gonna do
asking a
that.
lot of me.
Post.
Why don't you do it live?
Yeah. You can
No,
do
because
it.
I can't do the reverb on my voice of me talking.
Well,
Forget it. It's
do it
just
again
gone.
and we'll
I don't
see.
care. I don't care. One thing I want
Do
you to
it
do
one more time.
is when you're explaining the whole time, you'll see it when you watch it back. I'm like smiling and looking at your hands because it looks like you're playing the piano. Can you edit in piano sounds when you're doing the dance thing?
I'm definitely not going to do that to myself.
Oh.
Next week, I want a keyboard and a whole song.
You're
I'll be
already
ready.
fired. You were fired 3 minutes into this.
What?
We're actually hiring a producer here
No, you're not.
at the
Bye-bye,
Capsule
Jenny.
Studios. And if you have a lot of expertise and are happy to work for zero,
He's
amount of
very
money-
mean to Jen. Do you know what I mean? He's very mean to Jenny. Why
Why
so
are you
mean
on
to,
her
Why are you so
side?
mean to Jenny and why are you so mean to Lewis? And why am I so mean to Pressure?
What about Lewis?
You just cuss Lewis out all the time.
Well, I wouldn't have
Pressure,
to
I
if
love
he
you.
got through pre.
But you know this.
No, no, God, please, no.
Lewis, we love you.
Yeah.
I do. He doesn't.
We love everyone.
Go.
But do we?
No.
Look.
Hey.
Do we have anything else?
Do we have anything else?
Do we
Is
have
there anything
else?
coming this weekend?
So,
What's
all
happening
right, Breakin Convention is coming up. Marceau's Create Battle is coming up, which we briefly mentioned. Break Mission is coming up in Birmingham. MSB in Gloucester is coming up. Rain Cruise Our House is coming up. The takeover. I don't know what the events are, but that's coming up. What else do we have?
Find
UK
all the
B-Boy
links in the
Champs.
description box.
UK B-Boy Champs just announced something, I believe.
Oos. I feel like they haven't done anything for time.
How long?
Time. Thank you.
Is it UK B-Boy Champs that just announced something?
Interesting.
Well, I've got 26th of the 6th,
Ooh.
2022.
222.
UK Champs and Undisputed are back. So
Do you reckon there's people walking around doing that the whole year?
Yeah.
Every time they write the date. I'm not
The
going to do the
date?
bit. The date, 2022.
Oh.
It's fine. Tough crap. Yeah, what were you saying about UK B-Boy Champs? Lucas, he's got a big chin.
it's back.
It's the end of the podcast and he's gone loopy again.
Thanks for coming.
Is it the end?
Is it?
No, but we're getting closer to it and I get loopy when it gets closer.
Yeah,
Yeah,
do,
you just
don't
took it
you?
a step further.
Yeah.
He meant
You
it's the
weren't
end
done.
section, and you said thanks for coming by. It's like Jesus Christ.
Oh,
She is
it was
fired, isn't she?
Yeah, probably.
Bye-bye, Jenny.
she's really good at like just like under the radar, just saying something in reference to what everyone's saying that links. No, some JSR.
Meet Tally.
Meet Tally.
It's tough.
What would you like to know? Now to the calm section of the pod.
When Abe went handheld, everything started
Yeah, it
going
did.
downhill.
Why did you do that?
Abe should have gone handheld from the beginning.
No, stop
He should
it.
have never had a stand.
Hey, yo, let him know my slab. Let him know, let him know what we talk about up in here.
Never had
Hey,
a
yo,
stand.
calm section, my foot. Know what I'm talking about when I go hell, get crazy up in this bitch.
Ooh, tell him with your hand.
They're talking about nothing. They're literally talking about nothing.
But what are breaking? No.
Nope. Too late.
Bro, this is the best. Go on, Taddy, hit us.
What were you trying
No,
to say?
I didn't have anything to say.
What were you gonna say about UK B-Boy Champs?
Bye-bye, Jenny.
It's just a little too late. That's how I feel.
Oh, you're dying.
Should this be a good place to end
I
it?
think that's the fucking pod. It's done. Oh, fuck.
I remain the epitome. of common
You
sense.
said you were coming back to restore order.
Yeah, come on.
This is your fault.
Come on.
What do you see?
No, order for the rest of us. We know you can stay calm.
What do you think would happen, like if like a plane started like breaking down in the air and crashing, and the pilot's like, "Well, I'm calm. You're all crazy, but I did a good
Oh,
job."
the pilot does need to remain calm.
That's
Let's
true.
not be silly.
Yeah,
now.
but then he still needs
That's
to
true.
like save
She
the
stopped shooting
plane.
tracks with that.
You didn't try and save the podcast. You were just like,
That's
"They can
true.
go
How do I
crazy."
You
save
let
it?
us-
You're
When-
trying to save yourself.
You let
and
us nosedive.
That's why. And that's why. You see you, yeah. People like you really grind my gears.
I tried.
Oh,
Have a good week, everybody.
peace.